All right, what's
Woo!
happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's G-Man out here in Singapore. I got Slick with me in the
Man,
UK. This is Fight Talk with the BMAs, Basic MMA Analysts. Two boys, two friends who are just passionate about MMA, and we just talk about what we about the fights and whatnot from our perspective.
we talk
What
about smash.
what's happening, brother? What is happening? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm real good. I'm real good. Whoa, it's been one hell of a couple of days. I was at Tobacco Docks for the what remember EGX Res gaming
Okay, yeah, yeah,
convention.
yeah.
So I was there like we're working with Sega, so I was working for 2 Point Campus.
Nice.
You
What's
know
that?
about
What
those
is?
guys?
No, I don't know about them. Tell me about them.
2 Point Campus is like it's like Sims, but it's like the managerial part of it. So they had 2 Point Hospital, which was a big game when it came back a couple years back, and you were managing a hospital. Yeah, so it's very basic, like literally. You kind of make this little rooms and you put equipment in there and you hire staff and all this kind of stuff. This one's about like university, so
Okay.
it's
All right.
it's relatable because at some point in everyone's life they've been in a academic setting, so it's like you are now the manager. So you make the university as good as possible. It goes for like a 3 year semester, a 3 year term, and you have to like implement the right tools so people pass and all this kind of shit and relationships. It's pretty interesting. Not my kind
Interesting.
of game.
All
I
right.
can sell it, but
All right. Cool. Cool. That sounds good, bro. That sounds all right, man. The convention's done. Are you going back there today?
no, it was only Thursday. Sorry, Wednesday till Saturday. It was really quiet, probably because of pandemic and
Mm.
things. But Comic Con's coming out soon and everything. So I'll be I'm more into that life now. Coming back,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back, and I
Nice,
got
nice.
so much loot. Oh my
Okay,
god,
okay. Nice.
it's
Because I know Kibler's going to be at that Comic Con for sure. He'll definitely be going to that whenever that is. I ain't been to a Comic Con in ages.
I made some connections with these guys. Yeah, this is
Okay.
2K Tiny Tina from Borderlands.
Okay. What the show? No, I don't know. What's that?
Oh man, just plug it. Everybody will know about this game. The Borderlands, the latest version of Borderlands is Tiny Tina
Oh,
Wonderland.
you know me, bro. I'm not in with the video
Trying
games
to
no more, man. I used to be, bro, the man, but now I don't play. God of War, Ghost of Tsushima. I used to be a Tekken guy, but no more of Tekken. So God of War and Ghost of Tsushima. That's it. That's all I know.
well, the audience will know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. It's
yeah,
custom
yeah.
out. It's a massive game. It's a lot of fun, and I made really good friends with one of the. I think he was a executive, whatever, and he gave me a whole lot of loot. So
Nice, nice, nice,
every,
nice, nice,
every time
nice.
I'm going to see him in the future, I'm going to be like, "Yo,
Give me the loot. Give me the
give me
loot.
the loot, give me the loot." I'm a bad, but yeah, cool.
Cool. All right. Well, look, bro. Let's get into it, man, because we had some good fights, man. UFC 273, Alexander Volkanovski versus the zombie, bro. Chang Sung
That wasn't
Jung.
even the main card fight.
I
That
know it
wasn't
wasn't.
even.
I know, I know. But let's
That
start with the
was
main fight. Out of respect for the champions, we got a championship fight. I guess we should start off with that one. But I think
yeah,
it's what
yeah.
thing is. I think it's what we discussed last week, right? It's Alexander's just gonna piece him apart, and it's literally what he did, right? Like Korean Zombie was just seconds behind, but he just couldn't put it. I don't know if he couldn't put it together. I just think Volkanovski is just an athletic peak, man. His speed, his
Yeah.
strategy, the inside low kick with the jab, the shoot for the takedown, bro. And then Herb Dean done a great job to stop the fight because you could tell that was enough. Enough was enough. That was a good stoppage, I think.
He proved his name as being a zombie, just taking punishment and just walking through it. But Herb made a really good call for the first time in a good while, which is what the community is saying. Like
Is
Herbert's made a couple of slips now, but that one was a good one. Everyone's like, yeah.
hurts. Well, I mean, look, Volkanovski's man. I mean, he's bro. You have to respect him. After the Brian Ortega one, you have to respect him as champ. After this, he showed that he's, I mean, technically and athletically just on another level. But compared to Korean Zombie, so let's see what happens with the next contenders. I mean, Holloway definitely that third one needs to happen, I guess, just because it's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
And you can
yeah.
watch that fight we're gonna watch that, bro. Holloway and Volkanovski, we could watch that fight many times, man. So that's exciting. But let's see if new contenders get up there. Like there's a beat if he comes back and
Who's next?
yeah, exactly.
Who's
And who
next?
else was in that division, man? I mean, there's a few of them, bro. So like it'll be fun. It'll be fun, like for more. But I think Holloway might
Mm,
be next anyway.
there must be some other names in there. I mean, I want Cejudo to come back and see how them two short guys like tussle.
Yeah. Well, we got Brian Ortega, yeah, Rodriguez, Calvin Cater. Josh Emmett, but you got a few of them, man. Zabit's not even in the top 15 anymore. I mean, he was such a good prospect, man.
I don't think what's his name? I don't think Yair would have enough for Volkanovski. I think he would take him down like Frankie Edgar did and proved everybody wrong that like, okay, you are the young buck, but I'm still the OG kind of thing.
Yeah.
Put him on his back and ruffle him.
Volkanovski, what's that? 21. Volkanovski is like 21-0 in the UFC, or no? So 21-0 is as a whole. Like, I mean, freaking hell, bro. He's killing it, man.
We knew that he was gonna do that. We knew. I hoped it would have been a bit more of a fight, but Volkanovski is just the alpha male, man.
Right now, bro, he's in physical peak, man. He's smashing it right now, man.
I don't think you can beat him right now. Only Max, and if so, Max will have to come with something a lot different. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if he can improve his power in the time that maybe his build doesn't permit that. I don't know, but he's gonna have to come up with some next kind of situation to deal with him because no one's shifting Volkanovski right now.
Yeah, and I think if Max just wins like decisively against Holloway, then it just clarifies like that he's a champ. There's no talks anymore. A friend of mine,
if Max wins,
not Max, sorry.
against Holloway.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm talking crap right now. Alexander. I'm fasting, bro. Ramadan talk. This is Ramadan talk, bro. No, that's cool. No, Volkanovski decisively wins against Max, and you can't say nothing anymore. I mean, because look, a friend of mine watched, I think it was the first fight or the second fight again. He was telling me, "Gee, trust me, watch it again. You'll see that Volkanovski takes him." Like, but because it's Max and because it looks so close, you just kind of like, oh, I don't know, but he actually takes him. But I haven't seen those fights again in a while. But I think that's the next one that's going to happen with Holloway and Volkanovski. They're going to do part 3, I think, and then that's going to clarify it.
Wham. Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on, man. All right, Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Give me your thoughts, man.
Okay, well, dating back to we didn't just talk about the press conference. I'm gonna run it through real fast. Yeah, like I thought Aljamain was talking hella reckless in the press conference, and I was worried because I was like, yo, man, looking at my list of people who talk reckless and get smacked up, and there's a lot. So I'm thinking this guy's talking about put your bets on me and stuff, and I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm glad that it's not personal. It's just fight beef, which is great. But I was like, damn, all right, Aljamain, you better come with something real different. And he did. And I was so happy that he did it. It was a shame he didn't finish him because he got him in many positions where he could have. So props to Peter Yan, you know? But anyway.
It was a legit, he got the belt legitly now. Like, come on, let's be real. Look, like the first one, do you know what would have been good if he done on the first one is, okay, he won it by disqualification. If he just handed it back to Peter Yan and said, you know what? I lost this, I'm gonna come back for you, right? But it was the whole cringe of he started walking around as a champ, which kind of made him, cringy, and people, that's why people were booing him and whatnot. But he won this legitimately. I think Dana was saying actually though, but he thought Peter Yan took it. He thought Peter Yan had rounds 1, 4, and 5, and obviously Aljamain had 2 and 3. But that round 1 was the decisive one, right? That was the one that was on the cusp basically. So, but I was saying like whoever wins this, because when it got to round 5, and then I saw how Yan just took him down and was kind of landing more strikes and whatnot. I was like, you know what? It's such a close fight. Whoever loses is 100% going to say it was a close fight. I got robbed. I want a rematch. So I feel like they might even just do a rematch with these two just to kind of.
It's that season, isn't it? Tis the season to be rematching. It is.
Yeah.
It is like it could definitely happen. I felt probably will.
If Aljamain, when because he had his back good for the whole 2 rounds, literally rounds 2 and 3, almost like at least I think like within 2 minutes in, he had it. If he just done more damage as in ground and like striking damage, because obviously the choke wasn't coming on, Yan was defending it well, doing the 2 on hand and 2 on 1 hand and whatnot. If he just landed more strikes, because in the 3rd round when he got the back again, he was smiling like, yeah, I got it again. And again, he was going for the choke and he had control, but he didn't do much damage, but he had the control, obviously. And then round 3 and 4, because Yan's just got great pace and he's still kicking. Like, he didn't care about the takedowns. He was still kicking. He was still striking, But But I felt like if he'd done more damage, maybe he could have took more out of Yan in rounds 2 and 3. And then, but listen, man, I think they'll do a rematch because I knew it. Whoever wins, and even Dana said that he thought Yan won that. So, and I'm sure there's going to be controversy. That was one of those ones where it was like, all right, controversy. But at least this time, anyone can say, regardless, Aljamain won it legitimately. It was just a bit too tight. So you got to do the rematch.
Yeah, I would say there's no controversy in this one. In my opinion, I thought like, I'm happy that it's a decisive win.
Yes, none of that other crap.
Yeah.
Fun fight though.
Fun fight. I thought like Peter Yan, he really did. He went through a roller coaster. Like he changed his pacing. He kind of got hunted in the first round and was like, whoa, for a minute.
I think he started off angry. And
that's what the commentators were saying.
Yeah. And Aljamain was more smart. That's why he was Aljamain was on his bike, running around, and Peter Yan just wanted to hit him.
Right. And that's why he was loading up with his punches quite heavily. And obviously Aljamain was like, haha, yo. But I think he compartmentalized those emotions at one point, and then he began to get better spots in the fight.
Considering, bro, rounds 2 and 3, he got control the whole round, right? And that's demoralizing in one way. And considering round 4 and 5, he came back. The mental was there, exactly.
Mental toughness is huge. But yeah, I think maybe that could be a potential blueprint to how you handle Peter Yan. Maybe.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, he's always had good takedown defense, but look, Aljamain was just slick. He didn't have that neck injury. He got the operation done from the neck. Maybe or something. Yeah. But I reckon they'll do a rematch before Dillashaw, because I think is it Dillashaw that's next?
He called out Dillashaw. Yeah, he called out Dillashaw, and Dillashaw, did he stand up? I don't know, but he was there anyway.
Dillashaw's number 2. Yeah, Dillashaw's number 2. You got Jose and Corey. Corey-san, how you going?
Who do you reckon? Dillashaw, Aljamain, who's getting that one? Who do you reckon?
Oh man, I don't know. Dillashaw's been out for a while. He's got that great footwork, man. You can't forget that, man. You can't, regardless of the steroids and whatnot, you can't diminish his martial arts and his skill set and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And of course, we leave he's done his due. We don't give him that anymore. But yeah, who do you reckon would win that one? Tough, isn't it? It's tough.
It is a tough one. It is a tough one because I feel like I want to say Aljamain with the control, but then Dillashaw is a great wrestler and he's got great footwork. So I don't know if Aljamain can control him like that, but I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know if they'll do that fight next though. I know we called him, but I feel like they're going to go with the rematch because it's one controversial fight, one very close fight, and then now a rematch to kind of clarify. I mean, and like you said, we're in the season of rematches because there's so many of them going on. And I like the UFC because they do that, bro. Because I know it holds up the division a bit, but when they have these sort of fights, I love the fact that we got to do a rematch to see, and you know what I mean? It's awesome.
Give it a shine. Yeah, they have to give it a shine. Even if you've second fight, third fight, what's his name? Come on,
Figueiredo,
what?
Four times,
whatever. Fourth time, yeah. So I can see what you're saying. I can see them doing the rematch. I can see Dillashaw waiting in the wings. Maybe he might have one more fight. I don't know who against. I think Thingy called him out, O'Malley at one point. I don't know if he's in the rank.
Yeah, I don't think O'Malley will go up. Yeah. I think O'Malley wants to get paid more. I think he's being a bit smarter. Rather than fighting high-level guys, you got to pay me for high-level fights. Aldo's up there. Aldo and Dillashaw will be a fun one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, man. That'll be a fun one.
That was spoken about before.
I think so, yeah. So that'll be good.
One of them, Dana, man.
Yeah, man. All right, should we move on to the fight of the night and the people's main event, bro? Freaking Gilbert Burns versus Khamzat Chimaev. Bro, I'm gonna say it now, man. Gilbert Burns, he got some stripes. I remember last week I was saying that quote from Iron Man 2, what was it? If you make a god bleed, then people will stop believing. It was literally what he did, bro, because now the rest of the welterweight division are like, oh, okay, hold on. He doesn't smash in the first minute.
What's that cut on your face?
Yeah, exactly. So I think, bro, if Gilbert Burns, man, earned so much strike, he showed nothing but heart, and he put on a wicked fight. And I think everyone kind of counted him out and thought Khamzat's going to do the 1 minute smash, but bro, even round two, he sparked up, comes up, took him like knocked him down once or twice. Boy, if Kamaru hits you like that's a problem. And you know what I mean? And you know, I think with Kamza, his hype isn't gone from the welterweight division. But when you start thinking about middleweight, Izzy in the striking range, I feel like would have pieced him up. And then if you're doing like light heavyweight, because that's where there was talks as well, then I don't know, man. Remember because he was talking about 3-weight championship and all this sort of stuff. I don't know about light heavyweight no more, but it doesn't kill the hype at welterweight, which still makes him fun because he is still the smash machine. But he was funny, bro, man. Like ran out to the cage and then sat on top of the cage, just waiting like a psycho. And then like a wolf. So that was cool. But Gilbert, man, mad stripes to him, man.
Big. I thought it was incredible how he wanted to punch upwards from the bottom. While getting punched, he's just like, nope.
Heart, bro. Heart.
Rock him from the bottom.
He got dropped by a jab because like Kamaru dropped him with a jab as well. He got dropped by a jab and bro, heart, bro. I'm telling you, Gilbert was like, nah, man. Yeah, but Gilbert was like, I'm not, man. You know, I'm not going out like that. And he was just showing activity. And then round two, he came back. Awesome, bro. You got to give him stripes for that.
Huge. I mean, the weirdest thing about the two of them, they're the same weight class and they look so damn different. Hamzat looks massive and Gilbert looks like a little like a I don't know, like a little chihuahua, you know, almost.
I've seen memes of, remember that Fantastic Four movie? Remember what do you call it? What's that?
Wait, you talking about the most recent one or the one way back when? No,
the crap Fantastic Four ones. They've all been crap anyway. There hasn't been a recent one. Remember, what's his name? Why have I forgot his name? The
one, Jordan.
Oh. Yeah, no, the one before that. The one before that. Yeah, that.
Oh, the original one. Okay, yeah, go on. Yeah. Oh, the Thing.
The Thing. Yeah, people were saying that he looks like the Thing.
Oh, yeah. He kind of looks kind of like granity and kind of rocky. Yeah. You know, just kind of just a brick person.
But no, bro, like, you know what, like it's awesome, and it goes to show that that's why Gilbert Burns is number 2, and even though Kamzat jumped the line because of his amazing performances, it goes to show
rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so, I guess so.
He belongs there.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
He does. That's the biggest thing. He belongs there. Even like the hype is real. Yeah, because you can't. Just because he got into a mad fight doesn't mean that he's still not a beast. You know what I'm saying? Because he just jumped the queue, went to number 2, and had a mad fight with the number 2 guy in the world. He still won. Like he got exactly what you expect would happen once you get to that level and fight that competition. You're gonna get dinged up. You're gonna get shown up a little bit. But let's not forget, Hamzat's only 27. He can still progress. He can still learn.
I think we all, even myself, I kind of was thinking, is he gonna just do the 1 minute smash? Like everyone thought that it was gonna happen, but like I say, I think the rest of the division and everyone else who's been calling out and cussing and what, they're gonna be like, all right, Hamzat, like chill out now, yeah. Like you thought that you could come in and smash everyone easy, but it's not going to be easy for you. So that it makes things exciting, but also it would have made exciting things anyway if he smashed Gilbert, because that would have been fun still, but it still makes things exciting for future fights. So I think, what's his name? Dana was saying that he wants him and Kobe next.
Exactly.
But Kobe has a chance. Well, listen, man, after that, you could say Kobe has a chance. Like wrestling wise, I don't think so, but the pace wise, I think he has a chance.
Wrestling, I mean, it made sense that both these guys, Gilbert and Hamzat, were not going to try to dance too much on the ground. They weren't really wrestling too much. Obviously, there was takedowns and there was stuffs and there was sprawls and stuff, but it was more or less a stand-up fight. Would you say so?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was surprised by that. I thought Chimaev would have wrestled more. I think he said he wrestled in the beginning and then probably saw his strength and was like, nah, but I thought he would have wrestled more. But yes, I agree. It was, I mean, maybe because he respected Gilbert Burns' jiu-jitsu ground, but I really thought, like, why are you not wrestling? I don't know. I thought he would have just wrestled.
It is quite interesting. I was listening to Uncle Chael, and he was like, he was talking about this guy who he was one of his like mentors in wrestling, and he said, like, you know, wrestlers can do all these things, whatever, but you should always be wary of a BJJ like specialist. Like, we're great, we're amazing, we're like all-time American, but BJJ, be careful. And he was like, what? Like, he didn't know what BJJ was at the time. And he was just like, man, like, what does that mean?
Who said that? Wait, Chael said that at the time.
Chael said
okay,
that.
okay,
The
okay,
great
okay.
Chael P. Sonnen said that, that some one of his greats said that, we're wrestlers, this or whatever, all these accolades, whatever. But when it comes to mixing fights and fighting BJJ, you have to be careful because they got different levels to shit. And I was like, wow. And then when I thought of this fight, I was thinking, okay, we might not see any wrestling at all because maybe he knows that information as well. That
maybe. I mean, look, I don't want to compare, but it's always going to be. I guess I'm always going to compare. You know, they're calling him Evil Khabib and whatnot. Like Khabib dominated. I don't want to compare, but Khabib never lost them. Arguably, Khabib lost 2 rounds in his career, right? Arguably, right? And he nullified.
Conor, right?
Right, yeah, Conor, and I think it was Justin Gaethje.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the T-Bow one was a controversial fight, but apparently he didn't lose any rounds and he won all of that. But I guess so. But so arguably 2 rounds, but he nullified anyone's jiu-jitsu, and I'm sure he fought some jiu-jitsu specialists and whatnot. Maybe not at Gilbert Burns' level, but I'm sure he fought some. But he I don't want to compare, but Khabib for me still remains as a number. After that fight, Khabib remains as a number 1. Like smash champion, but because like he never had that kind of fight. Like Khabib was never cut in a fight. Think about it, right? Again, shouldn't compare, and I'm going into Khabib and whatnot, but never even arguably never lost a round, never even got cut in a fight, and he smashed like every minute of the fight. But anyway, that doesn't take anything away from Khamzat because, like I said, he went straight to the top end and then put on a great fight and showed he belongs there.
He swam, but you see, the thing is, good point. I know you don't want to compare the two, and that's fine, but you must admit that the two fighters' styles are quite different. Khabib smashed on the floor.
Yeah.
Khamzat, he's smashing on the feet, right?
Yeah.
Like there is more chances and variables when it comes to feet striking, right, than there is on the ground when it comes to Khabib. No one can deal with Khabib, but standing up, we don't know. We didn't see as much. We could see.
Khabib was smart. Yeah, because he was smart. Like I can't remember who I was talking about, but you always go back to what got you there, like your wrestling, your base. You learn everything else, but if your base is your pedigree and whatnot, you go back to that and you use it and you smash. If it works, smash everyone with it.
And that's it. So that's the only reason why the comparison doesn't really add up, because they different styles.
He did stand
trying to do that,
but he did stand with Conor in round 2 and 3, and didn't even knock Conor down.
Yeah, no, that was a whole nother level of tomfoolery there. but yeah, I'm not saying he's not about that, but I'm saying, Khamzat's style is any position I'm gonna do my damage. Whereas Khabib, you're on the ground and I'm punching your face to the canvas.
Yeah. Listen, man, fun fight. That was an awesome, fun fight. I think Khamzat's gonna learn a lot from this anyway, to be like, all right, well, a reality check a little bit. And Gilbert Burns didn't lose anything, to be honest. He didn't lose nothing. He gained stripes. I think Gilbert Burns gained more stripes than anything in that fight. So he didn't lose nothing. And I think Dana was saying that he gave Gilbert Burns his win money anyway because of the fight that he put up. So he paid him win bonus. He gave him his win bonus anyway, which is awesome.
That's good. One thing that I noticed in that fight, which on a technical level, we should get into it. I didn't see enough leg kicks. Khamzat didn't throw many leg kicks for some reason. I don't know why. And neither did Gilbert Burns. And maybe that's something that he could have exploited, in future, like diversifying his arsenal.
Yeah, Gilbert started off one with a heavy leg kick. Did you see that? He started off and he even made Khamzat move with the leg kick.
He did. I'm saying Khamzat did. Well, there wasn't a hell of a lot of leg kicks, but Khamzat was quite shy on leg. He probably threw 1 or 2, maybe, from what I remember. But I think that it'd be good to see him add that to his arsenal.
Yeah, and I don't know, did they look tired? I mean, did Khamzat look tired? I feel like maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. What the commentators were saying, they were saying that he was visibly tired at some point. You could see, he would like taking big sighs and stuff. So, like you said, the God does bleed.
That's it, man. I mean, and I think, like I said, the rest of the division, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not as scared as him. Gilbert Burns, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can only imagine what I can't imagine what he was going through, because you're a world-class fighter. So going into a fight is scary anyway. And then you're fighting this monster that everyone's hyping up, everyone's putting you down. All you've seen from this guy is just smashing people in 1 minute. Like, I can't imagine the nerves or what the mind frame that Gilbert was going through. And then the fact that he was like, I made you bleed. That was it. That's all he needed, bro. And the rest of the division are watching that and just be like, oh yes, you made the God bleed. When I say God, I shouldn't be saying that, but as a religious person, I shouldn't say comparing it, but I'm just using it as a quote. You made the God bleed, and now people are gonna people stop people from believing in shit. So it is great. It's great. It's fun. Now if Kamzat comes back and he starts smashing again, like, look, I needed to learn, and like, because I seen some interviews and he was like, you know what, I wasn't listening too much to my coach, and I wanted to knock him out. And he said something in the post-fight interview that he met Gilbert Burns' kids, and he was like, I don't want to fight this guy now. I don't want to kill him. He's like, I don't want to meet your kids, man, because I'm going to kill you in the cage. Well, his words. Right. So I don't want to meet your kids. So he was saying that, like, it was hard a little bit after he met the kids. It was like, oh, damn it. But I don't know if that stopped him though. I don't know if that changed me, but I don't know. But that's what he was saying.
I think that's more after the fight, really. Like, because I saw a little bit of that, and he was like, he want to fight a killer like him, like has no family, just smash kind of thing. I remember hearing that. I was like, all right, cool.
Crazy, man. Well, he got his purple belt. He got awarded his purple belt, which is crazy. And then comes out, yeah, got his purple belt at the end of the fight. And then they had good respect, you know. Kamzat showed mad respect at the end of the fight, which is great, you know.
Oh yeah, when he was on the bed.
Yeah, on the bed, and even just straight after the fight, like, mad respect for Gilbert. So
that was nice.
That was awesome. Listen, man, I don't know if he was. I doubt he was fasting, because I don't think it was. I mean, it is during Ramadan and whatnot, but I don't think that's an excuse, because I was seeing somebody embedded, and I saw when he was weight cutting, like, I think he was eating some stuff. So I don't even think he was fasting. I don't think there's none of that Ramadan excuses or anything. But great fight, man. That was a fun fight, no doubt.
That was billed as a third main event, but it, you know, in our eyes and everybody else's eyes, that was the main event.
No doubt, man. Because
that was bigger than the main event. Main event was pretty much as we expected, but that one,
I feel like Chimaev brought in the numbers for this. Like, I don't know if you got pay-per-view numbers, but I doubt you don't. Until you're a champion, you don't get the pay-per-view numbers.
Sure. What do you not have? If you're on the main,
I think only if as a champion. I don't know, but I think if you're a champion, you get in pay-per-view numbers. You get a part of those numbers, yeah. So, but I feel like he brought in most of those numbers. But anyway, until the next one, let's see. Let's see what happens on the next one, man. Let's see if it is Kobe. That's going to bring in a lot of numbers, because Kobe's going to talk a lot of shit. Kamzat's going to say, "I kill you," and we'll see how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it will be pretty simple, pretty straightforward, I'd say.
That's it, man.
I can't wait for that one. What happens to Gilbert Burns next? What do you think?
Gilbert Burns next, man. He did lose. If you're talking about it, right, he did lose. So let's see who's in the rankings, right? You got Leon Edwards. What winner between the loser between Kamaru and Leon Edwards? He can fight that person.
All right.
Or you got Bilal Muhammad. Yeah, next week you got Bilal Muhammad versus Vicente Luque. He could possibly fight the winner of that, possibly.
Okay, so they're building.
Yes, I would say either the winner of that one or the loser of Leon and Kamaru. Gilbert can have that. Take one of those.
I'll double down on that. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's all pretty already made. It's already set, isn't it? Like, there's no who we gonna, like, the previous divisions we were like, who's next? Is Sean O'Malley? No, this one is just like yeah.
Kind of set, yeah. And then Stephen Wonderboy Thompson saying that he wouldn't mind having a rematch with Masvidal. Masvidal's a superstar, so he can really dictate what he wants to do. So
I mean, that's if he's not in jail.
That's true. All right, well, let's move on to the next one. Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha Torres. Did you watch that?
Yeah, they had no back and forth at the conferences. Oh, that was cute.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But that fight, Mackenzie. Bro,
what are you gonna do?
That jiu-jitsu and using the cage to kind of push off with her legs, try and get that Kimura. That was awesome, bro. That was sick. Like, I was geeking out. I was like, the way she's using, like the way Tisha was using the cage to defend, like it was the floor, you know what I mean? Like when you got your back against the floor sort of thing.
Yeah,
But the
yeah,
way
yeah,
Mackenzie was using the cage to push off it with her legs to get more angles to get that
yeah.
Kimura. And the fact that Tisha came out of that and then there was a tight knee bar at the end, bro, like Mackenzie's jiu-jitsu is freaking amazing, bro. Amazing.
I did miss some of it because I fell asleep and then I started to watch it in the morning, and they didn't have a full version of it. So I only saw like the first round or two, and I just saw more striking. But yeah, I need to go and see all of that because that sounds like the that was the fight.
Yeah,
That
that was
all of
round.
that,
That
the
was
transition.
round two, I think it was. I think that was round two.
Okay, I think I only saw like
But because she won by split decision, so I mean, her strike is definitely improved a little bit, but that's what she's got to improve even more. I think she's working with Perillo. I think.
she is
Yeah.
because
So
her hands look fast, and I'm thinking,
yeah, yeah.
what? That's
Yeah.
different. And then he
But
was like, Jason Perillo, like, I see.
you got to see the grapple exchange, especially in round two.
Yeah.
Like she like I said, it was like a back, not back. Was it on the front? It was on the front. I think she went for like a flying triangle or an armbar or trying to pull guard or something, right? But and so Torres was holding her weight, but while she was holding her weight, while she was up, she was going for the Kimura and whatnot. It was awesome, bro.
That makes sense because in the conference, in the press conference, post conference, she was like, "Oh, now that the division will see that I'm happy to pull guard," and I'm thinking, "What the hell did I miss?" So
Check it out.
in the
Check it
middle
out.
of
It
it,
was awesome.
right,
Awesome.
okay.
All right, well, let's check out. What about the next one, man? Vince Pahel versus Mark Madsen. That was all right fight. Vince is a bit like him and his mustaches is a madman. But
Yeah, he's got that Tom Selleck going on, man.
yeah, Tom Selleck. That's a good one. That's a
Tom
good
Selleck.
reference. 100%. I mean, look. Mark Madsen is an Olympic dude, isn't it, and whatnot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Mr. Olympia, they call it.
The last bit, he kind of just held him. He just held him down the last part of the third round, which is why I think he won it. But he wasn't doing much damage. He just held him really. And I think like Vince was kind of like, like, hey man, I think he said something about, man, you're holding me down here. Like, I think he was getting a bit frustrated, but I think he won that, yeah,
Right.
because of that.
I missed again that one. I woke up like I was awake, then I fell asleep at around about, and then woke up at 3, saw like a little bit of it, and then I fell asleep and woke up again. So that one I saw a bit, and I thought, okay, I saw like his kind of intro, like that he's an Olympian, and he was talking a lot of really good stuff, and I'm thinking, okay, let's see what he can do. And I didn't see. I think he knows he can do better.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what it is. I think
That's it. I mean, because he got taken down as well. Vince took him down,
right.
and that's a feather in his cap, bro. You took down an Olympian,
Right.
Greco-Roman, damn.
Yeah. So I think he knows he can do better. But I mean, I didn't know about him until this fight. So I will keep an eye on him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, there wasn't much finishes on the main card except the last fight where Herb Dean stopped the fight. The prelims, I didn't watch all of them, but I watched Mickey go. He got KO'd. He got folded. Mike Mallet. Mike Mallet caught him with a left hook. It was in a bit of an exchange. Caught him with a left hook and then folded him basically. Until that point, he wasn't doing too bad, but he just got clipped with that left hook and then out.
And that was it. Right, foul.
Yeah, I saw Aspen Ladd versus Raquel Pennington. Raquel won by decision.
What do you think? Was that valid? Was it close?
You know what? I kind of saw it from a distance. I had it on my phone while I was kind of doing stuff, but it looked like she was putting on the pace in that part. A lot of fights were cancelled, like we didn't obviously Kelvin Gastelum's fight was cancelled. Rosenstruck's fight was cancelled.
Yes, I heard.
So those prelim ones were thing. I saw Olenek, Mr. Ezekiel guy. But he won with a scarf hold. Was it? Scarf hold, this one. Which is, no, a scarf hold is the one when you're in like side control, but how do I pull it, man? You got like a headlock and head and arm. How do I pull it? If I was in your side control, but my legs are on top of you, like my legs are above your head. And then I've got your head and your arm trapped. I kind of put, I don't know. I guess you're going to Google it. I can't explain it. I'm not technical like that.
That's madness.
Yeah,
He
it
always
was.
comes up with something innovative, doesn't he?
Well, after the fight, you see interviews with both of them, and he with Gerard, with his opponent Gerard, and Gerard, not interviews, but they were talking to each other, and Gerard was asking him, "How do you do that Ezekiel
Yeah,
from the
and
front?"
yeah,
Yeah, he
I
showed
saw
him.
that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
saw
I
that.
thought, because I watched that, I saw that before I came back and watched the prelims. So I thought he won by that choke, but he didn't. He won by the
Right.
scarf hold.
Okay, let me see that.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
So that
His
guy's a
interview was funny,
beast.
man.
What's
His
that?
interview was funny. His interview was funny. He was talking about his wife. He told his wife he's gonna win or whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. No, he seemed pretty upbeat and pretty like an interesting guy, you know. So
That guy's a
good for him.
beast, boys. I swear he's had like, well, they say he's 100 fights. Is he a dude with 100 fights or something? Or am I making that up? He's had bare fights though, like 40 something submissions.
He's been around. He's been around. He's been around. Been around. I don't know. I don't know if I can see him going up to like having a title run. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know about that. Well, you never know. Let's see how he does, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think his striking is as smooth as it should be
Yeah.
compared to the rest of the division, who like, you know, they're scary. They're scary with everything. But we'll see. We'll see.
Cool, man. Well, those are the
Did you see any
main ones.
boxing?
What's that? I didn't. No. Tell me about that. 'Cause I was gonna go to next. I was gonna go to next week's card, but go on, what happened with the
Oh
boxing?
no. Do that. Boxing's later. Go on. Do it.
No, I was just saying next week we just got Bilal Muhammad versus Vicente Luque. I mean, that's gonna be a fun fight between them. I think both of them are coming off wins. Bilal is like the black horse in that division, would you say?
He had a good run, and then that issue happened with Leon.
Leon, yeah.
So yeah, we need to see him get his momentum back, because he hasn't fought since then, right?
No, he did. He fought. I'm sure he did, man. He did. He fought Damian Maia, I think it was.
Hold up.
I'm pretty sure fought Damian Maia, and then I'm trying to think if he fought someone else after that.
Okay, he fought Stephen Thompson last year.
Stephen Thompson. Yes, yeah. Right. Wrestling.
Okay, so but right, you're right. Yeah, so it was Leon Edwards, Damian Maia, and then Stephen Thompson.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And Luque is a beast anyway, because he just fights from wherever, man. He just fights like, I think his last one, Luque won. He beat what's my guy's name, man? Chiesa. Was it Chiesa? Yes, and he caught him with was it the anaconda choke or the arm? I can't remember which choke it was exactly, or the Darce choke. It might have been Darce, and where Chiesa, I think, was going for it, and then he flip mode it, and then he got it himself. But he's a beast. I think Bilal is going to try and wrestle him for sure. I don't think he would want to stand with him. Well, it's not that. I think Bilal's striking is good, but I think he's going to try and go for the wrestling.
You know, would you say Bilal is a good wrestler? Because I just think of him as like just a tough dude. I don't think like I can't.
I think wrestling is really pedigree though.
Look at this guy. This creep. Look at this creep.
Expose.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear. What did he say?
He said, "I bit my toenails today." That's the kind of people that I have around me.
Well, anyway, he exposed himself on the internet anyway, so he's out there.
He's all good with that. I never thought of like Bilal Muhammad's style in any particular fashion. I just knew he's tough and he's durable. That's it. I didn't think he was a wrestler. I just know he wins. So you would say his wrestling is strong? Maybe. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, maybe he's been working on his wrestling. Maybe I'm just being biased after the Wonder Boy fight, and even with the Damian Maia fight. That maybe I'm just like recency biased based on what he's been doing recently. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that should be a fun one anyway for next week. The only other news I got was the Singapore card, bro. So the Singapore card on 11th of June, which I'm gonna miss because I'm gonna be in the UK and US. But bro, they're gonna have some.
Wait, you coming back?
Yeah, I'm coming back. Yeah, because I gotta go to New York for work, so I'm gonna come back to the UK for a bit. But see the family and whatnot. But I'm gonna miss the Singapore card that UFC's put on, bro. They got 2 title fights, man, and then they just announced, I think, Zhang Weili versus Joanna too. So basically, bro, they're gonna have. So they're gonna have the light heavyweight fight, title fight with what's that guy's name? Why have I gone blank, bro? Who's the champ again?
Davidson or Charles Oliveira or
no, light heavyweight. Why have I gone blank, man?
Oh, Glover Teixeira.
Teixeira, I'm not gonna freaking out.
That
Him
guy should be
fighting.
called the dentist. You know why? Knocks motherfuckers' teeth out.
But
Glover the dentist. Teixeira.
him and he's fighting the other dude, which I can't remember his name, but the wild other guy. You know what I'm talking about. I'll butcher his name. I'll butcher his name. Anyway.
Go on.
You got Valentina Shevchenko. She's also fighting, and who
on the same card.
Yeah, she's defending the title against.
Who
the hell was it?
What? How did I not know? I'm damn.
Trying to find who's she gonna fight against, man. I saw it the other day. Shevchenko versus Santos. I don't even know who Santos is, to be honest. As bad as it sounds.
Wait, okay, hold on.
I don't even know. The thing doesn't even say her first name. But anyway, UFC 275 will be in Singapore. So that's a great card.
Oh, okay. That's why you mentioned it. Because I was thinking, I didn't realize which UFC you were talking about. I thought you were talking about UFC 274, but you're talking about 25
in Singapore. Yeah. Singapore. Yeah. And then I heard they're gonna do an 8-man tournament in Singapore with Asian fighters, because I think they're trying to build their Asian roster. So in the 125, 135, 145, and 155, I heard that I don't know if it's confirmed, but they're doing an 8-man tournament with those divisions. So I think that card is going to be the 3 main fights, and then every other fight is going to be like a tournament thing with Asian fighters. I think they're going to try and because one is obviously smashing it with Asian fighters, right? They got the best from that region, from this region. So I think maybe UFC's, they need to step up if they want, because they got the rest of the world really. So if they want Asia, they got you're talking about the fighters in Japan and Thailand and Philippines, and there's so many, man. So I think that's what they're looking to do. Yeah, that's the dude.
Man bun. Let's call him man bun.
My bun, man bun. Man
bun. I would definitely butcher his name. Wait, Jiri man bun.
Jiri man bun. There we go. All right, cool, bro. We got a couple.
That's huge. I didn't know about that. That's insane.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss
very that. Very Bellator-esque, very Grand Prix style.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it's confirmed, but that's what I heard about the tournament thing.
Jeez. All right. Well, that's a shame you ain't gonna be there, but I mean, if you are in London and somehow, some way we can actually meet up while you're here, then yeah.
Well, I heard because it's pay-per-view, they're gonna start the card in Singapore at 6 a.m., which means in the US it'll be 6 in US New York time it'll be 6 p.m., which means in London it's gonna be during our night basically. So because it's pay-per-view, they're gonna accommodate the West basically, which is weird. I think if they wanted the Asia market, then well, I guess in the morning it's not too bad, but you want it prime time on a Saturday evening and all that stuff in Asia. They should have done that really. Anyway, it is what it is, I guess.
But it's not confirmed, right? So
no, I think the timing's good. The card's confirmed and the timing's confirmed. Yeah. Okay. The tournament, I'm not sure. And I think, so we'll see what happens. But Zhang and Joanna too, I mean, I don't know if they could put on because that was the best women's fight of all time, I reckon, for my opinion. I don't know if they could do part 2 of that, but for sure, that's going to be a fun fight.
Huge. I don't even know where that would go.
It's going to be a good
I think it depends on who has improved the most since then.
Exactly.
I think that's what because it was very close. Like they went at it, and everything was blow to blow. It was amazing. It was probably, you're right, probably one of the best female fights I've ever seen.
No doubt. We've got a couple minutes left, but you want to tell us about the boxing? I've only saw the last bit. I think you saw more than I did.
Yeah, real quick. Okay, so Triple G, 40-year-old, now he had his birthday. He turned back the clock. I thought that he almost showed a little bit of his age. You can see he was tiring, which I never normally see him do. Not that I watch every single round of Triple G, but it was like, damn, like he actually, you could see he was a bit fatigued and a bit weak. I don't know, a bit worn out against Ryoko Murata, Japanese local. He took him to the wire, but he did TKO him with a body shot in the end. And then now they're looking at Triple G versus Canelo 3.
I saw that. Yeah, right. Was it a body shot? I thought it was. I saw a clip of him. Was it round 9? I think it was, where he knocked him, and then the ref jumped in. But I don't know. Maybe I just saw a highlight.
I thought it was a body shot. I don't know. Like from my angle and my sleepy eyes, it looked like a body shot. But
I, I
I
just
believe.
saw, yeah, I just saw one highlight where I think it was a right cross and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, look, him versus Canelo, because Canelo is like, if you're saying Triple G's feeling a bit old, Canelo is in his prime right now. He's killing it. I mean,
That's
and I know those two fights might have been a little controversy as well. And Triple G thinks that he won those fights. Maybe this is time if they do the rematch, Canelo could just, especially if he's got an advantage for this prime and whatnot, he could just clearly just finish it off.
Perhaps. Like, that's just my point of view. From outsider and from the commentators, it was just like, whoa, he looks like he's taking in deep breaths and so on, and and I never really saw that stuff before. So anyway, that happened. And then there was also Ryan Garcia. You know who he is?
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia against Emmanuel Tago. I think he was Ugandan. And I think he knocked him out as well. So, I mean, I ain't got a lot to give you about the boxing, but those are two things that happened, but they were interesting.
Also, talking about boxing real quick, I know in Saudi Arabia or Dubai, Mayweather and Silva are going to be fighting, not each other, but on that card. I don't know who they're fighting, but I think they're doing some kind of exhibition there. And Mayweather was tweeting something about, or saying something about people upset that I'm making millions over doing exhibition fights, which is crazy, but he's a money man. He knows how to make the money. But I think it's next month or June. I can't remember what it is, but both of them, it'd be good to see Silva back as a boxer, because I don't care, man. MMA, boxing, I love to see that guy fight, man. So he's awesome, man. The GOAT, definitely the GOAT.
If 100%, if that goes down, that'd be really interesting to see.
And I hope Silva's making tons of money. I think he made a lot in UFC, but I hope he's making the boxing money, not the exact amount boxers make, but I hope he's making that millions that boxers do make.
I'm sure. I mean, let's think about it. Like, quick one. If Tyson, right? Mike Tyson, retired from way back when, doing all these other businesses and whatever, and he comes to do an expedition, right, against Roy Jones Jr. and makes at least about 2 million. I'm sure Anderson has the right guys around.
Did he make 2 million? I'm sure he must have made more than 2 million. Did he make just 2 million?
2 million upwards.
Minimum, yeah, exactly. Minimum, yeah.
Million. Yeah. If he can make that, and he's an aging fighter, right, and with all his history and everything that's happened and all the speculation, whatever, and he's able to make 2 million plus, I'm sure Anderson was fine.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Awesome, brother. Well, look, I gotta jump off because I gotta do the Brothers Geek Out podcast with Kibbs in a couple of minutes. But listen, man.
More VS.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week, actually. Yeah, but
that must have been a very short video. How was it? Crap.
Yeah, we talked more about Moon Knight, and that's what we're going to talk about today, more about Moon Knight, because that program's killing it, bro. I don't know if you're seeing it, but
the second episode.
Get on it. But
I heard something weird that you know what, we'll leave it.
Yeah, we'll catch on next one. But bro, awesome as always catching up with you and talking about the fights. Next week we'll catch up again about the Bilal Muhammad versus Vicente Luque, and then leading up to May 7th, which is next 274, which is a good one, the lightweight championship. So that's in May, I think it is.
Gaethje and Carlos. Yes. Charles. Yes.
Cool, man. All right, brother. Well, catch you soon, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Peace. All right, let me grab a picture real quick. Let me stop this.
That picture.